Okay, so finally, all we have to do now is get a summary of our brand identity. So to do that, all we need to do is paste this prompt in ChatGPT right here. So it says, based on the answers, create a brand summary and list 3 to 5 adjectives that describe my brand vibe. So let's go ahead and copy that. And we can go over here to ChatGPT and you can paste that prompt in here to get our summary. Let's go. Okay, so right here we have our brand summary. So you can read through this. So this is to help you fully understand your brand and what it is that you're actually offering to people. Because just think about it. Every time you create content, it's not about you, but it's all about the value that you're providing to people. So by you having a voice or an identity, it helps you to capture a specific audience online. So just keep in mind that this step is one of the most important steps that you can make in your journey to become a content creator online. Because if you want to start creating content online, you need to understand your brand. A lot of people skip this step, and that's the reason why they fail, because they only focus on just putting out a bunch of content and trying to chase what's trending and chasing trends. And that never works because you're not actually providing value to a specific type of audience. You do not have an identity. That's the reason why you need to define your brand. So that's the whole purpose of us doing this. So once you get to this step where you have your brand summary, what I want you to do is this. You can just copy this prompt right here. So you're going to ask ChatGPT to create, so just say, create this in a table format that advertises my brand. Show the niche, the target audience, the value proposition, and everything that's needed to fully have a clear understanding of the brand. And this is going to be our final step. Okay, so after putting in the prompt, we have our table right here, and this is actually what I was looking for. So this is actually perfect. I was looking for something similar to this. And as you can see, we have a clean and practical brand table that lays out everything you need to clearly understand and advertise your brand. So right here, we have the category and we have the details right here. Now it's important to have this information because once you have this information, you won't ever create bad content. It's almost impossible for you to create bad content or to not be clear on what you need to do, because having a clear brand identity, as you can see right here, will help you create better content that's valuable to people, and you can be consistent with your content without running out of ideas or getting confused on what you need to do. So right here, we can just go through this table quickly, show you guys, because if you put this in a table format, it's easy to actually read and understand your brand identity. So let's go ahead and check this out. So right here we have the brand name. You can add your name right here. So we have our niche, which is history, education, fun facts, and edutainment. So entertainment and education combined. And my target audience is simply young people, teens to mid-30s who are curious about history but not into like textbooks. So these are just people scrolling the internet and they just come across one of your videos and they find it interesting. So down here we have our content style. So the type of content we're going to be creating, simply short form videos for YouTube Shorts, Reels, and TikToks. And the platforms we're going to be uploading our content to. So that's all the main platforms: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. And what is our value proposition? It's simply making history fun, surprising, and thought-provoking in short videos, like 60 seconds or less. It's important to have a value proposition because you can't just make random content. That's the reason why a lot of content out there does not perform well, is because people do not actually have a value proposition. They just want to make something that goes viral. But once you understand what your content is aiming to achieve, it's easier for you to create better content and be consistent. Then right here we have our brand mission, which is to spark curiosity and inspire young people by reliving hidden stories and lessons from history. So you can go down here. So we have our brand vibe. So simply mysterious, thought-provoking, educational, inspirational. Then down here we have emotions to evoke. So every time somebody watches your content, you want them to feel something. So for me, it's simply curiosity, inspiration, and a sense of discovery, like that learning something new. And right here we have our content pillars. So this is simply what the majority of our content is going to be focused on. For me, it's unknown historical facts, or some lessons from history, people who changed the world, and events from the past, like strange events from the past. So we have more information right here, like the visual style, tone of voice, audience problem. This is actually very important. So the problem that my audience has is that traditional history feels boring, irrelevant, or overwhelming. And my solution right here, my solution is to create bite-sized content. These are short videos that are interesting. So that is interesting content that makes history feel alive and exciting. So that's it. So my core message is simply that history isn't dead. It's full of secrets waiting to be discovered. So if anybody has some kind of interest in history, they may not even be into history, but they might be interested in learning something new that happened in the past, or something they didn't know about, because there's a lot of misinformation out there about certain historical facts and, things that happened in the past. So if you can educate people and, make it interesting to learn about historical events, that would actually be cool. So my core message is that, history isn't dead and there's a lot to learn and it's actually fun. So once you get to this point, you're actually clear on your message and it's going to be a lot easier for you to create content. So now we can move on to the next step, where we can use all this information to actually improve our brand and start creating better content today.